Hey lovelies, today I wanted to come here and show you my eyeshadow collection that is cruelty free and vegan. I realised that I do all of these looks on Instagram and you don't really know all of the useful palettes that I use in order to create these looks. And when I was doing my eyeshadow today, I was just like, why don't I just do a video on this for them? So it's like, I find this sort of thing really helpful because it creates like a whole picture of like all the things that are kind of like really good products and useful products to use that are cruelty free, vegan, they're all Logical Harmony approved. And so I'm just like, I gotta tell you guys what I use to create a myriad of different looks. It can be kind of frustrating if you are someone that is like trying to really start out or just get into cruelty free and vegan makeup. You're like, well, eyeshadow palettes, they all contain crush bugs, right? Not all of them. So that's why I'm here to show you what these products are that I love personally and that you'll see all the time. So without further ado, let's just get started. If you see a curtain moving, you'll notice that there is some disparity here, by the way. That's because I've got my kitten down here. She's currently bunny kicking a Jackson Galaxy bunny kicker, and she loves my backdrop and destroying it, so I apologise if there's a lot of movement. So starting us off, I talked about this in my favourites video, so for 2018, this is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade Summer Breeze. Now, I've used this an awful lot. I love these colours. They are wonderful neutrals. I don't like the first shadow here, but all of these beautiful mattes, and I've used this so many times I've kind of lost count, and I find that these make amazing transition shades. I still do really like using these ones to darken things up, but I'd say this is a wonderful kind of like transition shade palette if you've got other palettes that you can't mix with other things, you know what I mean? Some palettes, they just don't have an inbuilt wide enough array of transition shades, or you know, like those kind of crease to brow bone sort of shades, you know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. So that is the first one. This is a cheapie. I got it for 10 bucks, and I'm very happy with this one. The next one is also a cheapie. This is by Colourpop, and if you've got blue eyes in particular, I think you're gonna love this because look at those colors. They're absolutely stunning. Sorry to be flashing you obnoxiously, but I love these shades. This is great for a neutral palette. It's got all of the necessary shades you could possibly need in it to be able to do kind of like everyday wear, but also it's got 3 beautiful shimmers in it that do wonderful nighttime looks, and I wear this a lot more than I was kind of expecting to. I bought this because I was trying to find a replacement for Makeup Geek's in the nude palette, because that's not available anymore, and I was like, well, I'm talking to people about doing all of these amazing looks, but they can't get their hands on the palette. A few of you might know that I've been getting frustrated with Makeup Geek lately because there's quite a few shades that are coming out that they're like, nah, we want to use the crush bugs, and I'm like, can you please just not? Anyway, I love all of these colors, and they've got incredibly fun names. If you want to see a full review on this, I've actually got the video on my channel as well, and I'll link it down below for you too. This is a bit of a splurge, but oh my god, this palette is let me just open it for you. I mean, these colors I just live for. I reach for this palette pretty much on the daily, and it's absolutely stunning. So today I've actually used Immaculate as my little highlight here, and also just up here as well. I love it. It's got these 2 shades are incredible for what do you call it? Transition shade. So Senorita, I love it. I've talked about it quite a bit. It's kind of like my replacement for Simply Marlena, because that one's not vegan, it turns out. This palette, bar this color, Delirium, I kind of want to depot it and just like get rid of it because I hate the way Delirium works. But the other 11 colors, oh my word. I've also got a video going in detail on this palette as well, which I'll also link down below, but this is like This was about €40, and you buy it direct from the Nabla Cosmetics website, but I got it on Black Friday, and that's kind of like, it seems to be the time of year when they actually do have like a good sale, because like their Boxing Day sale, that was kind of naff in my opinion, but the Black Friday deal, that's where you got, I think it was 30% off single eyeshadows and 20% off palettes, and I was like, mine. So really recommend this one. I adore it, and most of their stuff is actually vegan, so I want to get more of it. I've got a few of the single eyeshadows, which I'll talk about with you in a moment as well. I'm only going to include this bit, if I'm allowed to, by the editor of New Zealand Vegan Magazine, because I've been reviewing it. So if you didn't know, actually I haven't talked about it yet, but I'm doing work for the New Zealand Vegan Magazine, and I was given this to review, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been able to, because I really love it. And this is for you green beauties out there, those that want to make sure that their items are organic and like as pure as possible. This is completely biodegradable packaging. Stay tuned to my channel because I'm going to be doing a video to go alongside, and also in New Zealand Vegan Magazine you'll see my article on it too. But if you're watching this, then that means I've gotten the all clear, so let's just show you. So these shades, like, they shift, they shimmer, they gleam, they glow. I love this palette. So this is a definite green beauty must in my opinion. And of course, like, my full review is going to be in New Zealand Vegan Magazine, and so you'll just need to subscribe to that, view it online, or buy it in store. It's in the March one when that comes out, but this palette is so good. Now we kind of get into my single eyeshadows. This is my Z palette that I got from Makeup Geek a long time ago, and I mean years and years and years and years and years ago. These are all of the vegan eyeshadows I've got left from Makeup Geek. These three are from Nabla. So today, for example, I've used Aphrodite. Let me just get the palette quickly of all the shadows I can't use from Makeup Geek anymore. This makes me sad because they're all so colourful. So I can't use any of these. Apparently, I was an idiot when I was buying them. All of these are not vegan, all of them. And I'm gutted because I loved using these colours, especially Daydreamer. I bought 2 of them. So I can't use any of these anymore. And that's heartbreaking, and so I'm gonna give it to one of my closest and nearest and dearest friends, that she can play around with makeup instead, because I was like, I talk about makeup all the time on here, I showcase vegan makeup, I can't be using this anymore. Because you wanted to use Crush Bugs. Can we just stop doing that? Can we just make it a thing to not use Crush Bugs in makeup? Please? That'd be lovely. So these ones, I will list all of them down below, but of course there's things like Cocoa Bear, which is amazing. I believe this one's called Latte. This one is actually by Colourpop, and my best friend got this for me. It's called Labyrinth, and this is one of my favourite transition shades. I really do recommend that as well. Sand Dollar is an amazing, lovely kind of light mushroom grey. Anarchy is a beautiful burgundy shade. You can probably see that a few of these are kind of double ups. So for example, this is Vanilla Bean, and then we've got Rapunzel here. Now they look fairly similar right now, but Rapunzel does actually have a shimmer to it, and I find this one very useful. But when it comes to Vanilla Bean, this is a very good blending shade, and I love that one. But if you are going to be getting something like the Colourpop palette, then I'd probably say that you might not need to actually get that, because like when you're looking at these like side by side, you can see that you'll be able to actually really easily use like that lighter shade, probably mixed with the peach, and then you'd be fine. Now here you can really tell, like this grey here, so is this one Friend Zone, or so this is Faux Fur. So Faux Fur is a little bit more warm toned than this one, which is Friend Zoned. So it really depends on the kind of grey look that you want to go for. So if you want a warmer tone one, then go for Faux Fur. If you want a cooler tone grey, I'd probably recommend going for Friend Zone. I hate the name of this one, by the way. I'm like, why did you do this? Now these purples, you can kind of see that these are a little bit similar. I would definitely say that the quality of Nabla is just that much better, but you are definitely paying more for Nabla. But this, I've had this shade for the longest time, and it's like you can actually see this is one of the OG ones because I can't even see the name of it anymore. But it's called Fairytale, and it's still going well, but obviously like the quality of this one for me won't be as good, but I really love Poetry, but you can definitely see the similarities. So I've bought these over time is more I'm trying to point out, so you don't need to buy them all. I find that Cinderella is a lovely shade. It's like a shimmery pink tone, but if you're going to be getting for example like Aether Beauty, then you wouldn't need to get this because they've got shades that are incredibly similar to this too. Cocoa Bear, I recommend everybody, like everyone, get Cocoa Bear. It's one of the best colours ever and it's amazing for blue eyes. If you're getting other neutral palettes, I'd probably say you could skip these ones. I've more got them on here because this is what I've collected for years. So it's Taupe Notch, that one, and it's a slight shimmer. It's a pretty good shade. Personally, I prefer this one. Hipster, I would probably say that I prefer. It's a slightly warmer toned grey. Now, it is basically like the shimmery version of Faux, so it's really up to you whatever you want to get, but as you can see, this is a fairly matte theme we've got going on here. The one colour I've got here, this is Voltage. This is one of the few colours that is like that duochrome that she's got. So I believe these are $10 each. It's a really vibrant, amazing, like yellowy, like cool toned yellow. And I really like that colour as well. I just don't use it very often for some reason. You don't need to get them all. These are just the ones that I've got. So like I said, if you're going to be getting one of the other neutral palettes, so basically it's kind of like the difference between these two. This, it's got your mattes. It's a very basic standard palette. Basic colours, it's still beautiful and everything. If you're going to be getting this, you could probably skip most of those colours that are over there. You know, it's kind of like coming down to common sense when you're building up your eyeshadow collection. So side to side, you can really see the difference between these. So this is a much more pink base. So that's something you want to bear in mind. So I love this because I love more pink toned eyeshadows, but if you want more strictly warm coloured eyeshadows, I'd probably say go for the double Entendre one. But I use them both and I love them both, which is why I am actually recommending them to you. Getting onto these lower three here. So these are by Nabla because of course I wanted to get some other shades because they're so pretty. And the shade I've used a few times and I love it. It's called New Heaven. Like the ocean in the Maldives. Not that I've ever been there, but that's what makes me think of it. It's just beautiful. I love that shade and it's so pigmented, so beautiful. And this one's called Poetry, and I prefer this to the purple that's in the Dreamy palette. I find that this one, the shade is just a bit more pouchy for the kind of purple that I like to create similar purple looks. I think that purple eyeshadow goes on every single colour and this was kind of like what I wanted to be my replacement for Wisteria, and I just stick my nail in it. No. And these are my three from Colourpop that I also adore, and I've used this blue one today. So this is called Banana Daiquiri. Obviously, you can see that my eyeshadow is pretty extra, and see the shimmer and shine on this. I love it. So Colourpop, they're giving me more vegan eyeshadows, like the simple ones. It's a lot more, I mean, like I can see in my viewfinder, this is coming off as a lot more blue, but it's kind of like a much more pinky tone IRL. And getting purples right is really hard, which is why I wanted to also mention this one, which is called Daddy. This beautiful purple. It's kind of a lot more dusky shade of purple, and it's cooler than Lotus by Nabla, and it's another beautiful shade that uses as well. So if you want some colourful ones, these two from Colourpop are amazing. You'll also green and I've got dresses in the same colour, and it's so hard for me to not just be like completely matching whenever I'm wearing that dress. Like matches my Dory as well. So those are all of them. It's not anything that wants me like just looking my skin anything, but I use these shadows like using different palettes. Palettes that have different areas that they can really help create different looks. And of course you can do a customized palette like what I've done with Makeup Geek, which incorporates things like cosmetics and also Nabla Cosmetics. So there's so many different things that you can do, but those are the ones that I personally love. So this is where I kind of materialize as well. Now, I've been kind of getting on the Jeffree Star train. I've been easing my way in for about 4 months now because kept on doing that. She kind of really did turn me against it, and I was like, oh, how could someone ever be like that? And then you find out what's really happened, and then she started vaccinating a child. And then I just don't really talk about her products anymore. So I'm kind of getting into the Jeffree Star stuff, but I haven't bought anything from him yet. Now, I know that all of the stuff is vegan, it's logically harmony approved. So if you've got some supplies from Jeffree Star, please comment down below because I'm kind of wanting to get some stuff. I just find that the shadows that I've mentioned, like they're not, you've got some that are really, really colourful, you've got some that are more neutral, you've got some that are incredibly sultry. I find that all of them together they create like this beautiful package that looks like uncovered that anyone might want to do. The ones that I have listed are these like red and yellow and probably a bright orange. Those are just like the 3 ones I'm totally missing. But like I said, that's why I feel like Jeffree Star could actually come into the game for them because I know that I've seen things that he's done. I thought you were a bad person, but you're not a bad person. So based on what's in what I said. And that's what you should do in real life as well. Don't judge people when you don't know them. I just really wanted to come and share all this with you guys, and I hope that this has been a useful video for you as well, because I know, like I said, for me, when I was transitioning into going completely cruelty-free and vegan with my makeup, eyeshadow is tricky because, man, those bugs get snuck into so many things so hard. So that's why I really wanted to do this for you guys and show you how you can create like a complete collection, or you can just pick and choose whichever ones of these you're enjoying. And if you are trying to transition into cruelty-free and vegan makeup, I seriously recommend going to logical-harmony.net. She keeps everything up to date. Tashina is a lovely person, and honestly, like I'm using her site for years, and it's so reliable. And if it's not listed on Logical Harmony, I'm not gonna lie, it's just I'm just really can't hold it. So it's such a good resource. Like honestly, I don't know if you guys know this as well. I'm trying to do college shopping, so the way that I kind of function is I buy things secondhand. I'm not really considered to like currently got. I make sure to research it before I buy them. Also, it's like I really do take stock of what I've got, which is one of the reasons I wanted to bring this video to you as well, because I can show you all of the stuff that I've got right now. And you've seen my Insta, there's so many different ways that you can actually use these products and create beautiful looks. You don't need to have every single palette out. It's like I'm not telling people or advocating for like not buying stuff. It's just conscious shopping or low buys or whatever you want to call it. It's just being conscious of like how much extra stuff you're bringing into your life, because sometimes it's really not needed, and like that's kind of the way that I function. So hopefully you found this video useful. I'll be coming with a new video next week, and I'm going to be doing a couple of Valentine's and Galentine's looks for you guys, so definitely stay posted on that. And I'm going to be showing you what we're doing for Valentine's Day, and also New Zealand Vegan Food Fair or Food Festival, I think it's called. It's one of those. I bought the ticket as soon as it came out, so I'll be doing a vlog of that as well. Thank you so much for joining me, lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you again very soon with some very exciting things I've got coming out for you. Bye!